Are you being productive or just keeping busy? We're all busy people, whether it's with family, work or business. There's never enough hours in the day to do what we need to do, never mind what we actually want to do. However, do we really need to be this busy, and does being busy really mean we're achieving anything useful? If there were 30 hours in a day, I'm sure we'd still manage to fill up our waking hours with stuff which keeps us busy. So, maybe we're just filling the time and keeping ourselves busy to make ourselves feel like we've achieved something, when really we haven't. It's time we looked into this further, because time is your most valuable resource, and it's one of the few things in life you can't make more of. You must know the difference. The first thing to ask yourself is, do you know the difference between being productive and being busy? Let me give you an example of keeping busy that I'm quite familiar with and which you might relate to yourself. First task of the day is checking emails. After spending half an hour reading and responding to them, the phone rings with some urgent matter. It might not be urgent to you, but it seems to be urgent to the person who phoned you, so you spend an hour helping them out. Right, time to start your real work. You check your emails again and respond to the new ones. Oops, a calendar reminder appears about your 10 a.m. meeting. You rush off to that for the next hour. Like most meetings, it was a waste of everyone's time, but it makes certain people feel important. Do you have to attend? You return to your desk to do some real work when the phone rings. Did you receive that email? Another urgent matter? You check your emails again, and yes, there it is. So you deal with that, and before you know it, it's lunchtime. You hop off to lunch quite exhausted at how busy you've been all morning. It's hectic stuff. However, what have you actually achieved from your own to-do list? A grand total of nothing. Productivity zero. But how? Because you've been so busy all morning. Secondly, stay focused on what matters. Distractions, that's what they call them. Anything which prevents you from performing tasks which really matter is a distraction and should be minimized, if not eliminated. What's worse than external distractions is the ones you make yourself without realizing it. I can spend hours checking my website analytics, using Facebook, Twitter, looking at progress, checking mailing list/RSS subscriber rates, etc., etc. Now there is a place for this type of task, and some of them are important, but in moderation, and spending hours doing them is just allowing them to distract me. Sending out tweets about what I had for dinner last night isn't really achieving much. Again, we have productivity of close to zero, but this time no one else is to blame. Be very aware of this and always know when you're being productive and when you're just keeping busy. It's okay to waste a little time doing non-productive stuff as long as you're aware of it and you're not kidding yourself that just because you're busy you're being productive. I wrote about this a little while ago in my post about time management. This is a good place to start if you want to make sure you utilize your time more effectively by staying focused on what matters. Thirdly, ditch the unimportant stuff. Something that Tim Ferriss wrote about in his awesome book The 4-Hour Work Week is that many of the tasks we perform each day/week simply don't need to be done at all. It is possible to eliminate many of your less important tasks completely. You might think they need doing, but if you just don't do them at all, the world won't end. This frees up your time and energy to concentrate on what really matters and makes you the most progress and money. I think that this is quite difficult to do though, and it's not for the faint-hearted. If there's such a thing as an advanced business mindset, then being able to do this would definitely be part of it. I'm happy to admit I haven't fully mastered this myself yet. It is not easy to simply stop doing the things you've been doing for ages and which deep down you probably still believe are necessary. Anyway, to summarize, make sure you know the difference between being productive and just keeping busy. Being productive is far more important, but it's okay to just keep busy sometimes as long as you're aware of when you're doing it. Although keeping busy might help other people or even keep you entertained, it doesn't imply productivity and achieves very little for yourself. We belong to success, For complete text of this topic, visit Notes of Raymond P. Read at facebook.com https://www.facebook.com/raymond.read